Okay, perfect. The first question, it was difficult to shoot in the water, the shooting in the water?
It was challenging, yes, but exciting.
Yeah.
Pretty
Really.
fun.
The best moment in the shooting, funny moment.
Best funny moment?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Best funny moment. These questions are hard. Well, the best moment for me was we had do you remember there was a big aerial shot of that beach where they're finally finding treasure? And that was a beach that no one had ever shot on before. And it's the most beautiful beach I've ever been on, and I was just happy to be in the helicopter and shooting it.
Really nice, really. And the worst? Maybe some.
Oh gosh.
dangerous
Well,
moment?
the worst moment was when the irrigangi, which were these deadly jellyfish that came along. The irrigangi is the most deadliest creature on the planet, and I was in the water with Alexis, who plays Gemma, and we were sitting in the water, and a safety diver came up with this irrigangi in a jar, and he said, "Everybody out of the water! Get out of the water!" And the longest 15 seconds of my life was helping Alexis out of the water first before I got out of the water, because I thought, if this thing stings me, I'm dead.
Really.
And here I was trying to be a gentleman.
Yeah. The inspiration for the characters, because they are special heroes, no?
Mm-hmm.
What's your inspiration?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
No, the inspiration to writing the script
Yes.
for these kinds of heroes, very, for example, Matthew is very
Goofy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
When I started writing it, I didn't want to write a hero, because heroes, like if it was Tom Cruise, you wouldn't worry about him, and I thought part of the charm of Finn was he was physically ready for the challenge, but maybe mentally he wasn't quite so keen to, because most of us in our real life, if we were faced with that kind of jeopardy, would probably be just like Finn. You do your best. And, my wife's in the plane, she's being kidnapped. I'll jump on the plane. Wait a minute, what am I doing on the plane? Now what do I do? Those kind of moments were what I felt it was real people in an extraordinary circumstance. Like, for instance, Jimmy Stewart in North by Northwest.
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's an ad executive who's suddenly at the end of the movie, he's on Mount Rushmore trying to save Eva Marie Saint.
Really. They were your first choice, Matthew and
Yes,
Ingrid?
Matthew was the first person I brought on board, and after Matthew, we had a conversation about some of the women we were considering, and I said, would you ever consider doing another movie with Kate, because she'd be great. He's like, yeah, I'd love to work with Kate again.
And what's about Donald Sutherland?
Well, Donald Sutherland wrote me a letter. His agent had slipped him the script, and he wrote me a letter about the character and who the character was, and being that I was the writer, it was quite remarkable what he wrote and what he gleaned from that character. And yes, it's a comedy, and yes, there's all this stuff, but he really approached it as a consummate actor.
In the movie, they are looking for a treasure. What are you looking? What kind of treasure are you looking in your life, in real life?
Well, I think what happened was I was very keen to do a marriage comedy about a marriage that's on the brink, and I always knew from the minute I decided to do a treasure hunt movie that I knew that at the end of the movie I wanted the treasure to be insignificant and the real treasure to be his wife.
Okay, perfect. That's all.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.